Ever since it was released on March 25th of 2022, Kirby and the Forgotten Land has become well known for having one of the most intriguing speedruns of all time. Thanks to a combination of both optimized movement and level memorization in full 3D, speedrunners have been able to do crazy things. But why listen to me talk about the skills when you can see for yourself? I'm Marise, and this is how Kirby and the Forgotten Land was beaten in just 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 50 seconds. Oh, and this run is by Poker, so go check them out using the link in the description. Also, only 3.3% of you are actually subscribed, so do it now. This is the perfect opportunity. The clock starts upon selecting the Spring Breeze difficulty, and we're immediately off to the races. Within the span of a few seconds, Poker jumps and slides to the intersection, before taking control of his car, knocking over this bridge, killing some woofies, and jumping on a whoopster. Entering the first level of Natural Plains, he avoids several waves of enemies, leading him to obliterate Wild Edge, eat his traffic cone, and abuses Tortilding's pattern to defeat him instantly. In level 2, Poker swallows a hothead for its ability to dive forwards, allowing him to blast through level 3 with ease and weave through level 4's lava mall, while grabbing this lollipop, defeating a Wild Frosty, and breaking this wall along the way. Unlocking the boss with 17 Waddle Dees, Poker defeats Garimondo with his own projectiles, before upgrading this set ability into its volcano counterpart and boarding another whoopster. Entering Overbay Coast, he shoots through level 1, before repeating the process for level 2's moving platforms and level 3's ladders, Florina Fight, Tornado Copy ability, and brand new mouthful mode. In the fourth stage, Poker jumps into the rapids, prior to obliterating various enemies, skipping these staircases, and navigating several whirlpools. Getting to Tropic Woods, requiring 19 whirlies, Poker uses his coconuts against him, leading him straight to One Area Remains. Through the first level, he combines the tornado and a handful of movement tricks to skip most of its obstacles, before soaking up some water and activating the fountain to enter the theme park itself. In level 2, he speeds around the circuit for 2 first place finishes, before battling another Wild Edge in between races, making it to the House of Horrors in level 3, and ignoring most of the light bulbs and moving platforms in his path. For the parade in level 4, Poker blasts quickly through the area, before narrowly avoiding several vehicles and climbing to the end. Reaching Coraline thanks to 21 Waddle Dees, he brute forces it by once again shooting the feline with her own projectiles, making it all the way to Winter Horns. Barreling through the streets of level 1, Poker skips every tilting platform and staircase on his way to the top, where he flies across the gap and teleports straight to the end. In level 2, he descends into the train station, where he fights many enemies, traverses ice, avoids icicles, and ventures to level 3. Crossing the Windy River and reaching a shoreline cave, Poker consumes his hoop and propels his boat, before navigating this chasm and the cannons it has in store. On Blizzard Bridge, he uses an infinite high glitch to reach crazy heights and fly straight over the bridge itself, allowing him to skip the boss rush altogether and unlock the fight against King Dedede. Scaling the mountain, swapping abilities, Poker enters the cathedral, prior to using both the penguin's projectiles and his own fire breath to defeat him rather quickly. Reaching the original wasteland, he quickly dashes through all of the first level, before doing the same in the second while going out of his way to grab every Waddle Dee in the oasis. Returning to the lava mall, he barrels through the 2 required shape puzzles, and after doing so, Poker scales his cannon, allowing him to traverse the pitch black, climb even further, and fly to the finish. Against the Silladillo, the volcano copy ability comes in handy, allowing him to scald the creature and move on to Redgar Forbidden Lands. After a quick intermission in Waddle Dee Town, Poker enters level 1, where he ascends the volcano and maneuvers around falling meteors, before climbing this building in level 2, avoiding tons of enemies, and riding this boat through the rest of the stage. Inside the power plant, level 3, he avoids trash compactors coming from all angles, accelerates through his hole-in-the-wall puzzle, returns to the hub world and increases his speed and attack power through the item shop. To race through the boss rush of level 4, Poker uses his hammer to gain height and skip Garimondo, before using this drill to immediately destroy Silladillo, brute forcing this pipe section and Coraline fight, ingesting this coaster car, and moving on to level 5. Descending into the missile silo, he conquers even more enemies, before jumping over this loading screen, going out of bounds, and emerging outside this gliding section. From here, Poker makes it to this Tortilding, which he obliterates, prior to entering the fight against Fogger Dedede, who is handedly taken care of in the blink of an eye. Within Lap Discoverer, the penultimate world of the game, Poker grabs a hammer and enters the fight against Leongar, which is completely ignored thanks to yet another clip out of bounds, this time into an open loading zone. Attacked by Facto Forgo, he thrashes the horrifying entity in less than 30 seconds, before Poker grabs his drill and faces the game's final boss, Facto Phyllis. Pulverizing the being through both sheer skill and the power of truck, Poké can finally put his controller down, meeting the rhymes with a fall time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 50 seconds. As with most speedruns today, the Kirby and the Forgotten Land Spring Breeze 90% speedrun is one that requires a lot of skill. There are so many bosses to obliterate, wildies to collect, and levels to route that it's no wonder most people don't attempt this category, but those that do are truly in a league of their own. On the 1st of September, we'll be covering Hollow Knight, but in the meantime, if you want me to break down the speedrun on one of your favourite games, then by all means stress in the comments, and I'll see you guys next month. Orisa out.